Okay, this is going to be a quick feature overview for the Aux Tools texture tool suite. This is for importing textures as Redshift materials into Houdini, also for batch importing many folders of textures into Houdini with lots of advanced settings. So what that looks like is I already have ran this texture importer HTA on a directory, imported 20 plus materials, and they're all in here. And you can see we can go into the material, and what it does is it parses that texture folder and matches for the base color, for the normal and displacement. It also can have defined special map instructions. So the base color is being mapped to the subsurface scattering color and scattering radius. I also have a point attribute that is mapped to the subsurface scattering amount, and that has been batch imported so that every one of these textures follows that pattern. And this was all specified in this HDA. In the import config, we have the ability to add custom maps. The substrings can match any map within that folder and can be imported and connected up to any of the inputs for the Redshift material surface node. And we also have this ability to add the custom attributes. I have calculated some thickness here and have attached that to the subsurface scattering. The MS is subsurface scattering, and this is the amount. So the nice thing is for each of the rock textures I have imported into here, those settings have been applied. Now also we have this, after the import runs, we have this linked controller for each of the materials that were imported. Each of these materials represents one of the folders that was found and imported. So each one of these has kind of a high level art directable kind of control here, where we can control the scale of all the textures that were imported, some blending, some displacement, color correction, the normal settings, and the displacement range. And those can all be configured for at the import time for whatever kind of settings you would want there. Another thing is if we include COP previews, we have this COPNet that has all of these textures represented here, and this can give us, now Copernicus is in beta, so sometimes this is a little unstable, but this can give us a nice preview in the viewport for what the texture will look like. More details for how all this node works and all the depths of the features and in each parameter, you can look at the other videos on my channel and find the playlist for this. But let's go ahead and see what it looks like. It just off of a quick import, I can go to render this out, and we can see that it picked up the textures in the folder as well as set up that subsurface scattering without any manual setting up for each of these materials. At this high level, I can go ahead and quickly assign to the material node. And each of these will also have that custom map assigned and the attribute assigned as described in the import config section. And along with that texture importer node, I have another HDA that will help you blend materials together. So this just takes in a couple of Redshift materials, and we can define a mask, or we could just use blend values here and bring in and overlay the Redshift materials on top of each other. And this does have limitations to it. Redshift can only handle a few of these blended materials. Sometimes it'll error out and give an error for shader complexity. So this is a bit limited, but it's still nice to have. Will help you get this all connected up. Show you what that looks like. So this is just with a couple materials, but there could be around 7 materials and it should still work, though it might slow down a bit. You can check out the rest of the tutorials in the description for how these work in depth, and you can also visit the product page and purchase this. let me know what you think. And if you purchase and have any questions, just contact me on the site that you have purchased this from, and I will try to answer your questions. All right, thanks so much, and hope you guys enjoy this.